Hello boys and girls, my name is Yoshi. Yes, we're back again with now basically DLC 100% of Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity for Nintendo Switch 2. Well, the Switch 1 version rather, being played on the Switch 2. I figured may as well do this because gosh, who knows when I'm going to do this differently. But yeah, in the last video we left off getting some more stuff. And continuing to get EXE abilities for all of our characters as well. Since we're now done with the base game and whatnot. Oh, let's get you two next. Hold on. I have a lot of reports of hidden battles to use. Reports of hidden battles you just get from either doing the EXE battles themselves or from memory battles. But yeah, anyways, in the last video we managed to get Zelda EX to Zelda side fully complete of all of its resources. Battle for Goponga village we kind of skipped entirely though, so we're gonna have to do a lot of work here. I'm gonna switch actually. Maybe I'll switch you to King Rome instead. Really cool. Anyway, yeah. Because I'm going for 100%, I want to get all of the memory quests done first. I think that's basically, anyways, if you want to do most of the materials anyways. And then from here, the mission's pretty tricky. This one's actually pretty tough. You have to not let any Zora captains free, defeat 100 or more enemies with ice attacks. Which is actually tricky. You basically have to just spam Cryonis in the bodies of water. And, of course, we cannot attack them at all with combos. We just have to defeat them with ice attacks. And then the hidden one is to defeat the Strahd Wizrobes. Okay, this one, we just have to do all the Wizrobes from here, though. Other than that, we don't actually need much. I forget. Isn't there, like, a protect objective we have to do? In that case, we should send everyone else to do the chests and attack them, the enemies with ice. And then figure out.
However, pushed hard by the death as Mipha and Sidon rushed to the Lineage.
Alright. Interesting, they still like to use Mipha here, but not Hydon. I think we should just have someone defend. And to keep, who knows. Why don't, King Rome, you go and defend these spices. How about that? Okay. Those Mewtwo's are quite dangerous, by the way. Oh, we need to go. By the way, there's not a great place usually to defeat enemies with ice attacks in this level. So we kind of have to be quick about it as a result. Apparently, the only real thing that counts as an ice attack is you have to lure the enemies to the body of waters. Sneaky chest. Has to be magnetized out, I see. Okay. This is water. Alright. Now for the interesting part. We basically are just gonna spam Cryonis over and over again for a bit until we can defeat enough of these guys. So when we're near water, we're gonna want to use just Cryonis to defeat them all. Thankfully, Cryonis is already pretty strong, so more often than not, I'll one-shot them. Ideally, this guy also is communist. And there's a lot left. Not as much left. We could try defeating this guy with a combo, or actually, better yet, weaken him down and then Cryonis him too. But yeah, the trickiest part of this battle is, other than having your rods up, you kind of have to just spam Cryonis a lot. Initially, I thought I could do it with the Ice Rod, and you still can do that. It's just not as great as just spamming Cryonis. Yeah, I think they purposely put a lot of water for that reason. I think the biggest problem with this mission before is we had to also save all the captains, so we kind of ignored the missions to focus on saving them. You can check out a previous video that shows that off. Okay. I see. So using items even on the weaker monsters is faster than trying to attack them normally, because more often than not they won't die otherwise. We do need to also defeat them with remote bombs, so that's something we have to be cautious of. Okay. Alright, I hope you've waited long enough. Right, Mr. Captain is saving you now. Fortunately, not all of the areas have good ways to defeat them with ice attacks, so we may have to use the Ice Rod later. As for the second objective, honestly, it's actually pretty simple. It's just basically defeat all the captains. Really, that's all it is. So basically, there'll be markers with rod icons. We need to defeat all those particular opponents. That's how we win fast. Alright. Since he's by himself, we're just going to get stuff in here. Okay, so now we need to go over there. Oh, but then other stuff happens. Oh, by the way, you can also trick this battle with Myfa. If you specifically use her when she shows up, you can heal. You can actually heal the captains. That's another thing I forgot to mention. Myfa is the only character that can heal on his own. Alright, here we go. Now when these guys appear during the other key enemies, we actually don't want to fight them, and instead we want to pay attention to these other guys' health in the meanwhile. And we will have to defeat every last one of these enemies to get another team. So we're going to do that now. And while we're here, of course, we're going to try and get some Cryonis skills as well. There's not really a better way to do this, but to try and bait them to come into the water by just staying here for a bit. It's a bit annoying, but it's something you have to do. And yes, we need to also defeat the Wizrobes that are not marked as key enemies, or else we won't get stuff done. So while we're actually trying to do that, I'm gonna briefly interrupt and have the king go ahead and clear this dude real quick. So yeah, we have to so that's the third challenge, if you're wondering. We have to just take out absolutely every last Wizrobe in the game, including the ones we don't need, because that's how we get this objective completed. There's no way of knowing otherwise. Sometimes the game tells you exactly what you're supposed to do, other times it doesn't. You kind of have to find out as you go. I'm sure if I was being more efficient, I could probably defeat even more of them faster, but it is what it is. So now we must go here. Ideally, we also take out the other captains with red dots too if we're trying to protect them, but some Zora captains can flee though, and it'll be fine this time. We focused on that originally though, because we wanted to be safe. Okay. Now we quickly switch to Keen and take out the last one over here. So basically you have to defeat all the rod dudes. That's how we get the final memory quest done. And then from there, it's just a few more chests to find. And just like that, we're done with that now. All the memory quests are now done, so now we can finish at least the main battle if we want to. Which is good. Seems like it doesn't matter if a captain flees now. It's more Sidon we need to protect. But he's still pretty strong. Haven't been gone for that long, I guess. I will say, in some of the later games, it might be easier to just defeat enemies without sorts of bombs and whatnot anyway. Okay. Not close to ice, so we can't do that. Alright, just like that, we're done. That. Mission will be a lot faster now we've defeated all the Wizrobes, to be fair. Which is good. No, your body doesn't betray you. It's actually really strong. Did I mention you're one of the strongest characters in this game? Maybe it's because he got shocked or whatever. Maybe we're still feeling the aftershock of that lightning attack, perhaps. I don't know. Anyway, I still think he's strong. Oh, a Zora captain captured an outpost on his own. I didn't know they could do that. Cool. Wish I'd known they could do that. Alright. Third hidden chest that we didn't get yet. He's so weak to bombs that just using that over and over again made him die pretty easily. Well, to be fair, they have a bomb strapped to their back, so why would we not explode it? It's so funny to listen to. Of course, because of how limited the water is, there's only so many spots you can get ice. Quite honest kills that. Yeah, there's only so many places you can defeat enemies with ice attacks. It's very important to do all of that. See, look at that. Forget trying to attack all of that. Just using a bomb more or less made them disperse entirely. That's probably the easier way to make them go through. And just like that, we got that part done. Bombs away. It's done just like that. Wait, if it wasn't for the thing, then whatever that hammer was that completed on the plate on the map before, I think that was actually a research quest. I almost forgot. We need to do all the research quests too, so we should probably check whatever that was once this battle's done. For now, though, we've done all the research tasks, so now it's just time to do this battle against the electric Koroks. We have a special, too. Specials work, too. But yeah. I finally found the solution to how to deal with those guys in the hardest difficulty. You just spam bombs against them. Disperse, and you don't have to worry about it. Alright. I have no clue where that is. Okay. I was about to say, Mifa, where the heck are you going, mate? I wonder if just using ice normally also works against my enemies. Like, what if we use Cryonis against him? That might work better. I'll try it. Without water first. Well, after we stun him first. Oh, he's gonna need to be in anyway. Ah, it didn't matter, we didn't hit him. Yeah, hitting an ally Cryonis is pretty tough if they are moving around a lot. Okay, well, yeah, that doesn't work unless they're near water. Maybe we should bring them into water. Oh, we can't, really. Mifa's not nearly as strong as our other characters right now. Thankfully this mission's not that Well, that Cryonis wasn't really working, so let's try bombs instead. That was really weird. We got Free Rush and we did the bomb impact at the same time. Also, it looks like we did save them anyway. It didn't say anything about them retreating, so maybe that was easier said than done. Just needed to make sure you took out all the captains, really. It does help that we're much stronger this time around. So, from what I saw, I kind of skipped over it, but I'm pretty sure we got all the memory stuff done. Oh yeah, I could see, actually. We got the free one, and this one that gives us just one. So that's good. We got all the research stuff done this time. So that mission is now complete. I don't know what you get for completing all of them, but it sounds like it'll be good. And I think we're going to keep going with the vicious monster battles now we know that we need those to upgrade our characters. It seems like every time we complete a new mission setup, it seems like a different just monster mission also appears. Hang on, Taro. I don't want to upgrade my weapons right away. Hang on, I want to do other stuff. Like, go to the research lab, which we haven't been back for a while. There was one there that had a hammer on it. I see. So, it was just for the research mission. That's why it was linked. Cryonis to 360 enemies is kind of tricky, but we could just do that same mission we just saw again and use that once to get it done. Apparently doing that unlocked the EXE mission. Very strange. Let's go for this alert then. Alright. I'll keep using that whenever we do that, so it's very important when we get that done. So I guess we're doing these now. These are tricky battles we only just keep finding out about. We're just charging right into them with no questions asked, I see. Alright then. And by the way, yeah, I am new to all the extra stuff, so I have no clue what seal each character wants in order to be completely strong. So I'm kind of just going with whatever my gut tells me. So these are where the real challenges seem to lie. It seems like the vicious monsters are where most of the challenges. And yet we have to do these anyways, because otherwise we cannot get any of the quests done. So I guess we're going to be doing a lot of these. Oh, they're all on ice. That means we get to use Cryonis as well as normal stuff to freeze them while we're doing that. Looks like this is a great battle for that Ice Fiend. Didn't think I would find it so soon. Wow. Yeah, that took like no time at all. We almost immediately found a mission that had water right next to it. So we get to use that to our advantage to just instantly destroy all these people here. Again, we want to make a host of it. Of course, since we are still trying to grind materials, and we did just run out a few of them, but that's mainly because we use them now, finally, to do some of the EXE stuff. Okay, we can still bait these guys to come here, which means we can technically still use the ice to avenge. I don't know what this mission ended up being, but it seems like this is a great mission for Cryonis users. Just makes it super easy, because all you really have to do is use Cryonis and you can keep freezing them. This is when Cryonis becomes really useful. And now the vicious monsters showed up. Alright. Wonder if we could take him out just like all the same. Maybe he's in water too. I doubt it though. Doesn't look like it. Okay, at least the Black Hinox himself is smart. He doesn't want to go near waters. So, for the most part, these are the same monsters we are fighting again. But they each have a random attribute that makes them stronger than normal. And of course, they have more armor too, so that means... Walking Fortress. It seems like that means that he is harder to weak point smash. Right now, our attacks aren't really doing much damage to the weak point. Of course, all of them also probably do more damage, too. Good thing we leveled up, because some of these guys would be really hard without leveling. At the very least, you could take as long as you want, which is important, because they're probably very tanky anyway. There's probably a weakness for each one of them, perhaps, but you never know, because it doesn't really tell you. It could also be, though, because we're just using a different character, too. Who knows? I could not even be using the right weapon for Link. I just upgraded the Master Sword because I thought it was unique and cool and such, and I know for the original Hyrule Warriors, his Master Sword was pretty broken. I'm not sure how great this one is. He's so far away, we can just keep attacking the Bobolin right, I mean, regular Hinox right now. It's not really doing it. Oh, hello. That's how we knock that out? We just back like that? That's weird. He literally was just doing the same thing over and over again. Oh, wow. Somehow they both did a attack that requires us to use stasis at the same time. Wow, how convenient is that? Alright, now he can get rid of his minion, and we can focus on just the Hinox. Well, so far we're only facing Hinoxes, but they're probably gonna get more dangerous. Especially when they start throwing Lionels at us, that's gonna be rough. I think these are probably why you want a level 50 weapon. Because then it's even stronger and you can actually then go toe-to-toe with them more easily. But how would that work if you can only gain a weapon experience every 55 levels or so? There's probably a tip I still don't understand about weapon leveling, who knows. But if you don't need it to defeat the 100%, then that's fine by me. I can play how I want and still be fine. So far though, I haven't really run into any problems yet. Now, really. Alright. So, yeah, I was thinking of doing some specific side missions, but since we also kind of want to do other stuff as well, I guess you're getting a lot of these vicious monster battles instead. By the way, I do know that these guys are dangerous. That's why I've been trying to dodge even more than I usually do. Usually I just go really aggressive and sometimes even end up but not anymore. If you're wondering, I do not want to use specials on all of them. Instead, we're saving those for when we need to deal with minions, because then we can hit multiple of them at once instead of just one. Of course, the minions do not have the same strength as the boss themselves. They're just there to annoy us, because they'll keep getting in our way while we're trying to fight this moblin. There's still gonna probably be more too. I just realized, wait, Cryonis would work to, or him too, because he's almost exclusively gonna try and attack you as using that. So for specifically these guys, if we use Cryonis, we can attack them directly and make them doubt a lot faster. That's the real tip on how to do it. The only problem with Wall Jelly, it seems like we don't have a great way to avoid stuff once it's done. See, like I said, these are those important times to have a special for. So when there's so many enemies around, it gets kind of overwhelming trying to deal with them all at once. Just freeze all of them again. It's their safety. Can interrupt them all by doing this as well. Okay, this time we're gonna go straight for this dude, so we don't have to worry about that. It doesn't say anything about whether or not healing items are unusable or don't drop. So it looks like we're fine with just doing stuff. Oh yeah, you can also use this to wall jump too. So we do take a lot more damage for trying to use Cryonis as... Okay, well that worked out anyway, because he was about to charge anyway. So yeah, means his eye is probably his weak point then, I imagine. So this is what the DLC gets you guys, basically. A whole bunch of much more tougher enemies than normal. And you have to learn all the best strategies to go through. Dude, he's literally been doing that same thing over and over again. Do you have any variety, mister? Okay, now it did something different. Okay, well that worked. Not like it took longer though. Master Sword compared to the other stuff. Maybe the other weapons have just become more powerful like that. Anyways, looks like we got that done, and this vicious monster will allow us to get another thing done. Because these are also pretty long, I guess we'll only do one per battle. But that'll be fun. We get to see a different vicious monster, and then do our stuff as we go on. And another one appears. So they basically just keep appearing.
You're here. Yahoo!
Weapon capacity plus 10. And something over here is important, by the way, because that's actually how you get to level 50. Yeah, see, look, this one's important. It says gain the ability to increase weapon max level. And weapon capacity plus 20, so you can store even more weapons and not have to sell them until later.
Couldn't have done it without you.
Okay, looks like these remaining ones won't be doable until later. It says qualify for battle-tested Guardian trial. Oh, this is important too. For those of you who don't know, there's still another character we have to unlock as well. Oh, to think we only got one done, and it still takes a while. We're gonna need a lot more vicious monsters, it seems like. Pretty much at the point where we're gonna have to do one every single video. Alright, I want to do something that is not a vicious monster, though. Let's do this one. It might seem longer, but who knows? It might not be too long, actually.
Oh, it looks delicious.
We'll just do one of these this time. To do damage and something else instead. What about this? I don't think we've ever done one of these. Start the battle with plus 5 health. Let's try that.
What a treat.
Indeed.
Of course, it doesn't always matter in the long run because all that really does is give you a little bit more extra HP. Once you lose that extra HP, it's gone for good though for a bit though, so it's only really useful if you need more stuff. That, I imagine that's way better in the early game, especially some of the tougher mouse.
Yes, quite.
I did not want to do that. I actually wanted to go to this store instead. I just
Oh,
accidentally misclicked there. My bad. Oh wait, we need to check for Defa actually. That girl's almost never moved there. I just realized that one girl, that's the keeper at the bottom, is just stuck in that one spot. Never moves. Not once. Okay, this is a low amount of that, so we'll try that, I guess. Hey. It's just like, hey. Why does he not have the super cores, by the way? I guess we could always just do that one Guardian battle again if we need more. Alright, okay, I don't want to waste too much time here. Let's go straight to the EXE mission we were trying to do. Evacuating Hyrule. We're doing well at level 1 because we still need lots of Hyrule people. Well, good thing we chose to level up these characters. They are all needed for this. Let's see, we really are also getting to the point where if we don't have a level 20 weapon, it seems really hard to do it then. You never know. Suddenly, I'm realizing that getting each character a level 20 weapon seems a lot more important than I remember. So, it might be time to actually start doing some public missions with them. Who knows? Okay. Ah, jeez. Don't like when they do that. By the way. So we have extra health. Does that mean we still get the Master Sword signs? Yeah, I think it only counts our max health. So I guess for Link, having extra health does matter because it gives you a little bit more, like, before you actually lose your Master Sword strikes. Because you want to be at full health to get those. Oh, great. They split up. Looks like this is going to be a harder one then. Well, Zelda's already down quite a few hearts and we haven't even played as her yet. I'm not sure what we changed. It seemed like Zelda did a lot more damage to those guys than I remember. Guess we're at a pretty high level. Holy crap. So we're each just splitting off then. Someone defends another captain, another person has to defend another captain, and then another one defends another. It's all coming full circle now, I see. So while we may have started together, it seems like we're gonna have to all fight the same dude anyway. He's so fast I couldn't even hit him with the ice. These big choo-choos might be more annoying than the other stuff. Of course, there's only so much we can do. Ah, good grief. There we go. That time we were ready for that. There's so many large enemies all of a sudden. Came out of nowhere, literally. Okay. Hang on, Guru Captain. I'll help you soon. Kinda have to defeat these other enemies first, though. So far it's basically just keep training. Someone defeats another captain and then another appears, and then we have to defeat them. Alright, well, we need to help the gorilla captain next for sure. Okay, we do not have a healer this time, too. We're pretty much just forced to do this as a defeat the captain's battle, mainly. This is kind of unfortunate. A lot appeared all together. Made it extra tricky, I see. Alright, now this part. Okay, this is really annoying. Could you stop freezing me like every 5 minutes or so? And there's still more enemies also showing up too, on top of that. Well, we need to get rid of these first, obviously. This time we're ready for him. This doesn't really seem that tricky of a mission if all we're doing is just really rotating between the captains over and over again. Because that's what it feels like we're doing, just constantly rotating. Helping one captain, and then helping another, and just doing that over and over again. Doesn't really seem any challenging as a result. Like, we just need to pay attention to which one's the weakest and just kind of deal with that as we go along. Just as I thought. Attacking their back is also a weak point. Good to know. I didn't even see what the other one went. Like, you probably check what Zelda has. So, there is a Mewtwo, and this is our weakest Phantom, so sure we have to beat him first as a result of that. It's kind of our fault we didn't really do much with him. Guess the bombs just really do a lot of damage. Okay. Well, soon we will be done with this Milton. Yeah, okay, they are about to arrive now too, so there's only a couple more left. So kind of scary battle. I have to rotate properly to make sure you're hitting all the strong enemies out. Beyond that, it's not really that difficult. Just defeating captains over and over again, mostly. Okay, now they're all gonna leave, I imagine. Nope. We can instead get one of the strongest enemies in the game instead. I think we've seen what to do now. Use ice on those to hit their eye, and it's much easier. I feel like it is just the one so far. Not nearly as hard as the other battles, I'll say. Okay. Of course, we're still gonna have to do a lot of those tougher battles. That's gonna very get tricky. Honestly, we don't just need to do other grinding too. We need to actually start like leveling up our weapons as well with the characters that we don't use a lot of. Even if it is a weaker weapon, we could always just try moving it to a different weapon once we find that. Oh, I see. There can only be so many at once. Since we didn't take out one, it said a vicious presence has fled now. Ooh, there's two. Wait, there's two in that one? Oh boy. Wait, so we could get more than one, I see. Sometimes. Alright, I know about that a bit more. Let's actually just get Karambabi's strongest weapon up instead. This isn't the best one, but it's better than nothing, I guess. Oh wait, that's damage at full hearts, right, yeah. You know what, let's just build them like that. They don't have to be that strong necessarily. If we just, as long as we build them to have the same exact seal as the main seal they have on their weapon, it'll be fine. Obviously, I typically like other ones first, but yeah, so stronger weapons, it seems, means faster experience, so grinding weaker missions isn't always so great. You want to keep doing stronger maps, because then you get more stuff to raise your weapon more quickly. Alright, so I mentioned those symbols, so now they're both stronger now. Alright, this should help out a little bit. But yeah, give them a little bit more of a fighting chance, but I'm not going to go through all that because we do still need to do some other grinding first, so time to save the game and call it quits. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know what you think of those vicious monsters battles. Are they tough or what? Seems like those stars don't like to give up, that's for sure. But we're gonna have to do them if we want to get the other stuff done. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.